So over a month ago, Koei Tecmo hosted a poll basically asking the community what anime game would you like us to publish, and I talked about it about a month ago, but I never got around to dedicating a whole video on it because I don't really want to call anyone out. It's not really that serious, but a lot of people heard this news and just ran with it as they usually do, just reporting on it and leaving out really important facts of the particular matter. But you know, that's YouTube culture now. Someone catches wind of something relevant to their content or their brand, what have you, and they want to be the first to report on it. And you know, it's all fine, it's in harmless fun, but they leave out parts and can tend to misconstrue what's going on. And before I get really opinionated in this video, this is Koei Tecmo collaborating with Gust Studios. This isn't the company that develops the Masuo Warriors franchise or the Attack on Titan game, even though Gust Studios is a subsidiary to Koei Tecmo, so they basically got to make any game they want. Chances are they're going to have them do what they're best at, and that is make JRPGs. Now, I've never played one of their games, but they're mainly known for an RPG series called Atelier, which it looks like you compare it to almost every JRPG series ever, which is not a bad thing. I actually think it's a really good thing because they got a long-running series with a dedicated following. So if Koei Tecmo wants them to make an anime licensed game using their formula or however they like to do things, you know, then that's awesome. Because they've had reasonable success with their subsidiaries developing Pirate Warriors, the Attack on Titan game, and if you remember, they've also done Gundam and Fist of the North Star as well. But the one thing that makes this different from all those is that those games they were collaborating with Omega Force instead of Gust. So if they go through with this, there's a good chance we're going to get an anime game RPG on the PlayStation 4. And Koei Tecmo is pretty good about getting their games localized for us, since Namco Bandai does not own the exclusive rights for Hunter x Hunter or Fairy Tail games like they do for One Piece, Naruto, and Dragon Ball. I highly doubt they will be involved in the distribution or publishing of this title, but I do not think that will make a difference in us getting it over here in the States, hopefully. So with all that said, they hosted the poll, and surprise surprise, One Punch Man and Hunter x Hunter win the top 3, but winning the poll by 1% over Hunter x Hunter was Fairy Tail. Now, as an Omega Force game, I would say Fairy Tail all day because I feel like it's much needed and could be adapted so easily it would just work. But for a JRPG, I honestly feel like Hunter x Hunter would be better for that. I just feel like the combat in Hunter x Hunter would work better than Fairy Tail as an RPG, even though Fairy Tail could also work as well. Hunter x Hunter has more of that sense of adventure that I would really want in an RPG. It will work really well with exploration aspects, and having a turn-based nin combat system would be pretty cool. See, not many people stopped and actually thought what kind of game we were gonna get. You know, fuck it, I'm gonna vote for my series too, you know, I'm not gonna know or care I'm voting for a One Punch Man turn-based RPG. They see Koei Tecmo and think Masuo franchise or the Attack on Titan game that just came out, you know, which makes sense because that's all the anime licensed games published by Koei Tecmo have been so far. But now we're probably getting an RPG. I can't see the future, of course, but I'm just going by the track record of both of these companies and making my inference. Regardless, Hunter x Hunter and Fairy Tail have never had a localized game, which just seems outrageous. Fairy Tail is one of those series that's undeniably better received by the Japanese audience. We all know a lot of English watchers give Fairy Tail a lot of shit, but Fairy Tail is still a very popular series, even though we don't really see it represented a ton in this YouTube anime community. Given they put out some pretty shit filler, but there isn't really a bad canon arc, except maybe Daybreak, but those are sort of like introduction episodes. But anyways, no one has to like anything, it doesn't really matter, but when you get down to people who just like to hate because they think their favorite series is the best series ever, and you're wrong if you don't think so, but of course you also don't love it as much as them, when you get down to those people, the reasons just get kind of played out, and you can apply it to literally any shonen, but that's kind of the joke. You know, the show's spoofy and generic and fun. You're supposed to make these connections where Natsu's scarf is Luffy's hat, Warren does use King Kai's telepathy, Zero did use Special Beam Cannon, Yonko Guild Arts is forever out of reach, and we will protect the guild right third Hokage. And never do I feel like Fairy Tail takes itself too seriously, but can still bring the same level of emotion as any other series while not feeling like it's out of place. From Fairy Tail to One Piece, One Piece to Naruto, Naruto to DBZ, DBZ to Hunter x Hunter, Hunter x Hunter to One Punch Man. All of these series are similar in ways, but each are unique and have something to love about them. This video is kind of all over the place, I know, you know, don't mind me, but in conclusion, Koei Tecmo Fairy Tail game strong chance of it coming and a very good chance of it being an RPG, unless they switch to collaborating with Omega Force, but that still remains to be seen. I just wanted to get my thoughts out there on this whole topic that was around the community and give a bit more insight on it, and let you guys know about the next Koei Tecmo anime game that will be coming most likely. But anyways, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. It's been really real. All hail God Usopp, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.